seems like this is becoming a regular occurrence. But Mr. Chairman, members of the Select Board, just wanted to make an observation and just pose a question for you in relation to Fulcrum's application. I assume that the Select Board got a full financial appraisal from Fulcrum when they were putting this project together. But I wonder whether anybody has actually contemplated the likely impact to whatever financial plan they've provided for you from Massachusetts' decision to end vaping. I've been doing a little bit of research, and from what I can understand, most marijuana processors get anything up to 40% of their revenues that come from processing THC oils from the vaping industry. And from what I also understand is that businesses are not allowed to sell that oil for vaping or other processes outside the state of Massachusetts. I just wanted to raise that as a particular point because clearly that is of some significance, and it's something we haven't discussed before. Thank you.
Just a reminder, you didn't do anything wrong. Anything that's said here about Fulcrum is not used as part of the public hearing. You would have to restate it again.
It's fine. I won't be shown.
I didn't think you would. Yes, of course, Michelle.
I have two comments. Michelle LeBaire, 70 Division Street. My first, I just want to bring to your attention is with regard to Fulcrum as well. I was doing some work on my own property, checking my new assessment figure and looking at my taxes, et cetera, et cetera. And I found this in historical research as well with regard to 22 Van Dusenville Road. And it's still noted in town records that the property is R2 residential. And as a matter of fact, from historical paperwork, there was some discussion regarding grandfathering that property in as residential. Now, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. I lived up on Park Street in Housatonic, and I would drive down Van Dusenville Road to visit my mother on Division Street. And there were actually people living in the red farmhouse at 22 Van Dusenville Road. So I just want to put that little red flag in your heads that there could be an issue there. And if it is truly industrial, I'm wondering how Mr. Nolan was taxed on that property over the years. My other comment has to do with traffic and safety in our neighborhoods. This has been brought to your attention before. I did meet with Chief Welch with regard to the excessive speed and traffic on North Plain Road, Van Dusenville Road, and Park Street, aka Route 183, particularly now that the Division Street Bridge is closed. Although there are days you wouldn't even know it, the cars are going up and down Division Street at a high rate of speed because they don't see the signs. How they can't see a great big gigantic orange sign, I don't know, but that's another issue. The speed, I think it's called the speed check trailer was, Chief Welch did put it up on 183, and now it's gone. But the worst area, well, I have to be honest with you, North Plain Road is a tragedy waiting to happen. I was at a friend's house on North Plain Road. I was trying to get out of their driveway, and I was taking my life into my own hands. I know I have two brothers that used to live on North Plain Road, and trying to get out of their driveways was a nightmare. But Van Dusenville Road is of high concern to me. Just this weekend, my husband and I were driving up on Van Dusenville Road, and right the railroad tracks just at 22 Van Dusenville Road, a large commercial truck was driving towards Great Barrington at a high rate of speed coming over the tracks, and we had to pull way, way over to avoid getting hit. I've been on Van Dusenville Road, sometimes with reporters that you have seated here, and it's amazing how fast the vehicles are going, particularly commercial vehicles. I just want to stress very, very much that many of the residents on that road have young children. School buses are stopping there, etc. I just hope that the Great Barrington Police Department keeps an eye on that. And like I said, it's escalated since the closure of the Division Street Bridge.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else? Go right ahead.
Dan Dzinski, 26 Division Street. Houston, we have a problem, a major problem called that bridge. What, I ask of you humbly, what is going to happen? I mean, we've closed, there's nothing, no thought of a temporary bridge or anything. I'd like to know what's going to happen next summer when they start working on the Brown Bridge. If you have that bridge closed,
The Brown Bridge will not be closed.
not be closed, no, I'm not saying closed,
It will not be closed.
be one lane?
It could be at times, but it will not be.
Can you imagine that in our summer season? That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But, I'll say this, the effects on Taft Farms, that's me. Monday through Thursday, I can show you the figures. We are down 38%. That's a lot. I think it's more than most businesses can survive. We have I will offer you here tonight, if you want to put in a temporary bridge, I'll offer you the use of my land on that side of the river. I can't offer you this side because I don't own it. But I will offer that for access. But something has to be done to get traffic through there, and I'm not talking just from my business standpoint, talk to almost anyone. And at least 50 cars a day still pull down there, some talking on their cell phones as they're driving, and they don't see those signs. Myself, I was coming back from New York State, and I said, I know a shortcut, so I cut up over Shuntole Road, came down, and got to the corner of Division and 41 and realized, hey, I can't get there from here. It's still, it really is a problem. I can see my fields. I mean, I've already pretty much finished up that area. I'm not gonna say that I haven't. But I can see my fields from the store. But again, you can't get there from here. You have to drive 9 miles round trip to get to a field that's 500 yards away. We have, my son, is in the process of taking over the farm. He has ambitious plans, some of which I can't share any of them with you tonight, but he has ambitious plans, all of which are on hold until this situation resolves itself, because quite frankly, 38% loss in business is untenable. I beg you, consider either reopening the bridge for light traffic only, although I don't know how well that'll be observed, I'll be frank with you, because all the big trucks tend to come at night. If you can open that bridge for light traffic or install a temporary bridge. I'm old enough to remember the 48-49 flood. In the spring of 49, a Bailey Bridge was put in that location in 2 days. Now granted, there might have been 25 cars a day went over it. Things have changed. But the inconvenience to an awful lot of people, not just our business, but the inconvenience to people using the Great Barrington bypass is phenomenal. And something's got to be done. Just closing it is not an answer. And something's going to have to be done before this summer coming up. I think you all agree with me. Right now, you have lines on any given Saturday or Sunday. You might have a line of traffic all the way out to Jennifer House Commons. Where is that line going to end if you go to one lane?
Your time is up, but I will promise you, we'll put an update on a future agenda, maybe the next meeting, so we can discuss it.
All right, I appreciate it because we're gonna be we have to make plans, one way or another.
Okay,
And I don't want those plans to be for sale.
no, I understand.
Alrighty, thank you.
Okay, anyone else?
I know I already spoke, the last thing I wanted to say, which was I wanted to request that you add that revisit to Lake Mansfield Road to the next agenda.
It won't be on the next one, but I will talk to Sean about it and
Okay.
get an opinion. Yeah, go right ahead, sir. Who else? Did I see a hand out there? Yeah, go ahead.